Hey, guess what, Mako? I might have to move ya. I'm sorry, buddy. Hi guys, how's it going? My name is Liza. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing my August TBR. So it's been a few months since I've been able to film a TBR, mainly because I've been a really big mood reader lately, and it's been difficult for me to stay on track and make myself read stuff when I'm just not really feeling it. So a lot of the stuff that you're going to be seeing on this TBR this month is going to be stuff that I've picked up and I'm actually currently reading. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first book that I want to talk about is one that I've been reading for almost a year now, and I have about 3 hours left in the audiobook of it, but I'm still really enjoying it, and with any luck, I'll be able to finish it this month. And that book is going to be Snowflower The Secret Fan. I'm still really enjoying it. I think that it's really well written. I've just been picking up other books in lieu of this one, and so I just haven't really been reading it as much as all the other things that I'm picking up. But it's still really good. I'm still really enjoying it, which is why I haven't DNF'd it yet, and I'm hoping to be able to finish it at the end of the month. So the next book that I want to talk about, I actually started on the plane ride to Colorado. I've read this author's books before. I read her other book, which I believe was A Feminist Manifesto and 15 Suggestions, and I really enjoyed her writing style. She seems to be really articulate, and she seems to have a lot of insight into the world and the way that people interact with each other. And so I ended up picking up her book, Notes on Grief. This is by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and this is the second book that I've read of hers. I am actually currently on page 13 right now, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a pretty quick read. It's about like 60 pages long, so I should be able to finish it by the end of this month. And with any hope, I'll have a review up for it. So the next book that I want to talk about is actually one that I've been reading on my phone, and I did get a hard copy of it. I'm currently on chapter 2 in this series, and it's been very colorful, and it's a good series that I go to whenever I want to be happy and just read something that's really chill and not super difficult to get through. And that's going to be Lumpus. I've really been enjoying the artwork in this series, and I'm really hoping that I'll get through the first volume by the end of the month. This is a Persephone and Hades retelling, and there's a lot of drama in it and a lot of emotions, and so it's been really good so far. It kind of reminds me of like a better version of a soap opera. So I'm really hoping to be able to get through this month and talk to you guys about it during one of my vlogs. So the next book that I want to talk about is one that I started and then I put it down for a little bit because I wasn't really feeling it. I just wasn't in the mood for nonfiction, and I didn't really have any desire to continue it during that time period. And that book is going to be Indianapolis. I enjoyed the beginning of it. I read the prologue and I like the writing style. I know that it's based off of a true story about these men that I believe get captured by a different army, and they have to try to prove the innocence of their captain after he's accused of a war crime. So it seems really interesting. I just wasn't feeling it at the time, but one of my goals for this month is to be able to get a chunk of the way through that at the very least and talk to my dad about it, because that's part of the reason why I wanted to read it. He had finished it and told me that it was really good, and he got really excited when I told him that I had started reading it. So I figure if he says it's really good, then it's probably something that I should dive into. But I'm not really somebody that goes into nonfiction a whole lot, and I'm very picky about the nonfiction that I do read. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to read some of it and talk to you guys about it a little bit later. So the next book that I want to talk about actually ended up being a random read. I found this on Scribd. It's called Make Yourself Cozy, and I thought that it would be a bunch of suggestions to just kind of unwind and relax and it ended up becoming this activity book. So I've still stuck with it and I've still been reading it. It's interesting. I thought that it would be a bunch of suggestions, and what it's ended up being is the book asking you questions and trying to get you to relax, which has been an interesting kind of dynamic that I wasn't expecting. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm on page 60 of it. There's a lot of really cool art in it, and I like the way that it makes you think and question the way that you relax and like things that you like, but it also wasn't really what I was expecting either. So I'm trying to kind of change my perspective on the book and just see how it goes. I'm hoping to have it finished by the end of the month. I only have like 100 pages left in it, and it's going to be a really easy read, and I'll tell you guys how that goes when I'm done with it. So the next book that I want to talk about is one that I actually started reading in a vlog previously, and I ended up really enjoying what I read of it. I just ended up having so many other books going that I wasn't able to finish it, and that's going to be Blue is the Warmest Color. I absolutely love the beginning of this book, and I just put it down and kind of forgot about it for a little bit because I was focusing on other things in my life. And I forgot how much I really enjoyed what I read of that book. I really enjoyed the art style, and the beginning of the story seemed really well done and really well written. I know that they have a movie that's out that I've been wanting to watch for like 2 years now, and I've been meaning to read this graphic novel for probably about 3 years, if not longer. So I figured if I'm able to get through all the other books that I want to read, I'll start reading that and just go from there. So the next series that I want to talk about that I'm actually currently reading is Let's Play, and I'm on the first volume of this series. This is a web comic. I'm also reading it on my phone along with Lumpus, and I've really been enjoying it. I read a chapter of it, I believe, 2 days ago, and it's getting pretty good so far. I'm on, I believe, chapter 4, and it's about this girl who's a game developer, and she's trying to get a job in the gaming industry, but she meets this guy that does gaming reviews, and he ends up giving her a really bad review on a game that she's created, and they end up becoming next door neighbors. So I think it's going to be like an enemies to lovers kind of romance. We'll see how it goes. There's a lot of nerd talk in it, which I enjoy, and I'm really liking the art style and the sense of humor that they put into it. So I'll let you guys know what I think about that when I'm done with it. So those are all the books that I have going right now. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.